Is Pokémon Legends ZA good for new players, and how could I possibly know the answer? Because the most Pokemon I have ever played is Pokemon Go for a few weeks during its initial craze back in 2016. Outside of that, no pun intended, I missed out on the series since it first released on the Game Boy nearly 30 years ago in 1996. With new Nintendo hardware and a brand new game, it seemed like a perfect opportunity. If you're a new player, Pokémon Legends ZA might be the best opportunity to get into the franchise that there has been in a while, with only a single version on release, a transition to real-time combat, and an addicting gameplay loop of catching, evolving, and competing with your Pokémon in the ZA Royale tournament. Sadly, Pokémon Legends ZA should be a vastly better experience, as there is a myriad of reasons that make it feel like the antithesis of a next-generation experience, including dated visuals, lifeless environments, clunky traversal, no voice acting, and just overall lacking a strong personality. However, the experience is accessible, the gameplay loop is addictive, and it does emphasize how satisfying catching and evolving Pokemon can be. Before jumping into the video, I just want to take a quick second to say thank you. I understand that life is busy and that time is valuable. I appreciate you being here, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the video. You arrive by train in Lumiose, which is clearly a city inspired by a slightly futuristic, alternate version of Paris. Pokemon Legends ZA offers a pretty unique loop with collecting Pokemon in the day and battling them during the night. During the day, you will explore the city of Lumiose that is small and laid out simply, which makes it easy to understand. The city is in the middle of an infrastructure redevelopment due to some larger Pokemon event, but for the most part, have managed to contain all of the wild Pokemon in the wild zones. Early on, there will be only a handful of wild zones to explore and capture Pokemon, but as you level up and progress in the game, new and more challenging wild zones will appear. The other part of your adventure happens in the evening, when you will need to compete in the ZA Royale tournament, which is where the best trainers in Lumiose compete. You start the ZA Royale tournament at rank Z and will need to climb your way up the ladder to get to rank A, become the best trainer, and save the city. To move up in rank, you will first need to earn enough points to compete in a promotion match, which is done through beating anyone within the battle zone. You will build your team of 6 different Pokemon, and just through natural combat, as well as completing certain goals for the research scientist, you will unlock plenty of new moves, as well as be able to evolve your Pokemon. Much later in the game, you will also be able to find and equip stones that will allow your Pokemon to Mega Evolve, which will be required against some of the harder Pokemon that you will battle. As expected, these battles against the rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon not only pose the biggest challenge, but they are also the most rewarding. Almost everything about Pokemon Legends ZA feels at least a generation or two removed from the current gaming environment. The visuals are extremely dated from the city that lacked personality and memorability, that featured many areas with similar and repeated textures, or even more performance-related problems like invisible walls or constant clipping. Even something that you will see often, which is the evolution screen, look like a 90s wallpaper or screensaver, and not in a good retro way. The problems also went beyond how the city looked, as traversing it also felt dated and clunky. It seems very odd that Game Freak added in real-time combat, which is a more forward-thinking approach, but didn't put in jump for exploration. You will eventually unlock an ability about 15 hours in that allows you to glide across rooftops, but this feels too late and is very imprecise. It's also very hard to believe that in 2025, Pokemon doesn't feature voice acting, which isn't good enough anymore, especially when Nintendo's other major tentpole franchises have embraced dialogue to some degree with The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and even more recently, Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's hard to know if the series gets more scrutiny or more forgiveness, but for the first Pokemon on Switch 2, let alone an RPG in 2025, you would hope for a more well-rounded experience. Sadly, most of the issues are likely due to the fact that it was anchored down with a simultaneous release on nearly decade-old hardware. It's definitely not the best foot forward, but if you've always wanted to get into the franchise, Pokemon Legends ZA is actually a good place to start, as it showcases what makes the series a worldwide phenomenon. Once again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe. If you want to help, leave a comment or a like, as that will help with the algorithm the most. That's it for this video, and until next time, be good to your fellow gamer, but more importantly, be better to your fellow human.